for the 4th year in a row. It is time for Operation Legos Island 2022! Woo! Yes, my favorite event to look forward to every single year on this world. Every year! I always look forward to Operation Legos Island. It is my favorite event of all time in the entire world of Legos Island. And the main reason is because, as you know, this event, we go wild. And by wild, we mean insane. Which I guess means, the same thing. But the point is, we go nuts in this event. We time travel to 7 different time periods spread across the timeline of this very Minecraft world. And we normally stop a villain named Evil Cluck, who attempts to destroy the timeline via 7 various attacks. Okay, actually 6, because the 7th one is normally a battle against them in the future. But the point still remains. It is an event that I look forward to again every single year. But it's also the event where I suffer every single day. I normally stay up for countless nights working on this event while recreating various time periods across the timeline to be able to even make this possible. Well, this year, it's completely different. You see, this year, there are 3 major differences. Number 1, we are not going up against Evil Cluck. No. We're going up against the one who created him, Master Evil Oinkers, which made his debut during Operation Nether, at least on this island, in January 2021 during the prehistoric party. And the second difference is that we're not doing 7 time periods. No, we're doing 10 of them! That's 3 extra compared to previous years. Oh, I was not joking when I said we were going to go wild. The third difference, which is actually a part of the storyline. This time, instead of various attacks spread across the time period, like just one small little attack that I just have to fix throughout the time period, no. Instead of just some small little attack, you know the deal of that by now, no. Instead, multiple time periods are merged into one single time period. For example, where we are going today, March 25th, 2017, that also being the very day this world was actually created, let's just say it's more than just March 25th of 2017. Oh, this is not good. Now, if you've seen over the last month, there have been various rooms from previous time periods still spread across the present-day Legos Island from after the anniversary and April Fool's Day events, respectively. Thankfully, though, they are all gone now. Okay, except for the other side of the island and I guess the April Fool's Day room at the resort. Yeah, for some reason, besides those 2, all of the others are gone. I don't know what the heck happened. We can't fix the lodge for right now, considering Evil Cluck casted a spell on that, and even if we go into the past or future, it's still gonna be there. He affected it to the point where even if we time travel to the past or future, it's still gonna be like that. What the frick was Evil Cluck thinking here? Okay, let's actually get back on actual topic. So, the main point is, the storyline here is pretty much completely different. So multiple time periods have been merged into 10 different ones spread across the Legos Island timeline. And of course, as usual, all time periods are ones that we have not visited yet in previous years. And obviously, to make sure of that, what I decided to do was that half of these were chosen by CoolCat33, and then the other half were chosen by, of course, myself. Let me show you the ones that were chosen by me, respectively. I chose the first ever one, March 25th, 2017. This is due to the fact that it was featured in the 5th anniversary party of LEGO's Island back on March 25th, 2022, exactly 5 years after this day. And because one room was featured, I just had to put it in Operation LEGO's Island. Seeing as we just did surpass the 5th anniversary of this world, there would be no way we could pass on the opportunity to not put this in here. Secondly, the next one I chose, heading all the way down here. On May 5th, we'll be going to September 15th of 2018, which this was the day the theme park was opened. The next one I chose was right here on May 6th. We're going exactly 2 years later to March 25th of 2019. Exactly 2 years after this day. And the last one I chose was February 3rd of 2022. And one of the main reasons is because I realized in this entire list, we did not have a 2019 or 2022 time period in this list. And because again this year was the 5th anniversary of LEGO's Island, I wanted to include one time period from every single year, including 2022. So you can see where I was going. And let's take a look at the ones that CoolCat33 chose, because of course, we can't have him left out of this. Seeing as, we're talking about the one who even created Operation LEGO's Island to completely begin with. Yeah, we can't forget about the one who created this event to begin with, back in 2019. You know, when this thing all originated. Let's take a look and see what he picked. For day 2, on April 30th, we'll be going to April 10th of 2020, which was the day the Easter event for 2020 occurred. And yes, I'll be bringing up all of these fun facts once again on their respective days that we'll be going to them, just so you don't forget. Let's see, on May 1st, the Lab of Doom's 6th anniversary day, we'll be going to November 3rd, 2021, which was the day we celebrated the 4-year anniversary since my return to this world full-time, and the 2-year anniversary of this Operation LEGO's Island event, respectively. And it was at nighttime, hence why the icon looks like this. On May 2nd, he chose May 8th of 2020, and I guess that kind of makes sense, considering, well, there has to be some involvement with Evil Cluck here. I mean, you kind of can't keep out the one that Master Evil Inc. created. And for some reason, this is a weird one. I don't know why he chose this one. I actually kind of thought this one was a bit weird. April 14th of 2021. Just to be clear, this is just the 3-year anniversary day of the Blacksmith Shop. I don't know why this one was chosen. I actually kind of find it a bit weird, but we'll keep it. This one, I can understand why, so... January 21st, 2021, this was the day of the first ever prehistoric party. And the prehistoric party was a time-based event that took place in time travel, so I can see why this is here. I'm surprised the future party isn't here. But honestly, thank God it isn't, because holy frick, that was a real big project to make. So honestly, I'm glad that's not here. Except for the fact that the prehistoric party was also a big project. But that one was much, and I mean much easier to do than the future party in my opinion. So I'm fine with this one. And, well, he also picked the future time period. Originally, he accidentally mistaken it for November 3rd, 2023. He actually commented it to me earlier in the day that it was actually going to be 2024, which I also guess makes sense because that would also be the 5-year anniversary day of Operation LEGO's Island itself, so I guess that genuinely makes sense. And yes, you can notice by that icon, it has the amethyst block, which means there is somewhere in the future time period you're going to be seeing some amethyst blocks. And you will. I already think I got a theme going. That does require amethyst blocks, but we gotta require some light source because you know the future time periods Oh, we go nuts for them. But there you go. There is your list. And if I haven't explained, March 25th, again, that was the second anniversary day of the world. So there you go. I forgot to read up here, Operation Legos Island 2022. And yes, you can see how I directly spelled it here. Yeah, you can see where I was going. So it says, stop Master Evil Oinker's plan of merging multiple time periods into 10 of them across the Legos Island timeline, because that is the main storyline here. And yes, if you're wondering who was following me the whole time, the Cool Get 33 dog is of course here once again, as in tradition with this event as per usual. Because, just like, you know, the actual Cool Cat 33, we can't leave him out of this. I mean, again, this is the dog version of the exact person who created Operation Legos Island to begin with. We can't leave him out. And yes, I know, the time portals are not lit at all. That's because obviously I want to save that for the video, as per usual. So, of course, as usual, let's start off by, of course, going to March 25th, 2017, which, as I explained earlier, was the very day this world was created. Again, it genuinely makes sense to travel back to this day again, seeing as we just celebrated the 5th anniversary of this world. Now then, let's get the Cool Cat 33 dog in here so we can light the portal. Can we please get Cool Cat 33 dog in here? No, come on! Get in here, don't leave me! Oh, but actually, you know what? He's actually kind of right. We can't even actually go yet because I actually have not showcased this yet, the Operation Legos Island sign. Of course, it says the name of the event itself, April 29th through May 8th. It will actually end on May 9th because that will be exactly 10 days after this event has had occurred. Because 10 days from now on because 10 days after April 29th is May 9th. For those curious. Even though I'm pretty sure we would have all known that by now. But for those who don't, I just thought I'd mention. But I'm pretty sure we all know that. So yeah, but the reason it does say May 8th is that it's the last day of the event. Sorry that I got that messed up for a second. I am talking way too fast right now. And yes, I know, it's only like 9:51 at night. You'd think that I would have been filming this a lot later. Hint, hint, 2019s, 2020s, and 2021s. This is a new record. Hey, that's because this was the easiest time period to make. Except when you realize it was merged. Frick! Alright, again. Hey, we got him! Nice. We need him in here because, we need him to sit down right there. And, of course, what we need is... Oh, I forgot to add that. And that yellow banner meant nothing. I don't know why I had that. I completely forgot to add a flint and steel. So we could actually light the portals. But actually, we aren't even given this flint and steel yet. Because what we have to do is... The reason why these redstone torches are here is because we have to specifically grab them off of here. And place them here, and then grab the other one. Why do I have 41 of them? Oh, okay, that makes sense. And boom! Time machine activated. Now, for some reason, it doesn't say where we're time traveling, but it's already obvious where we are going, which means now we can actually grab a flint and steel, and of course, start this time machine. And oh boy, this probably has to be the best looking time machine I have done so far. Oh, I love this thing. And well, you know the deal. It's time to travel back in time to the very day Legos Island was officially created. Now, because we have a merged time period to fix, we have to actually go to areas that were actually not in this time period due to the time merge. Which means we can access basically every place on the island thanks to this time merge. So hey, I guess we gotta thank Master Evil Oinkers for something good here. Yes, thanks to the time merge he did, we can literally access any place on the island. thanks to this time merge. At least that places that are affected by the time merge. And yes, only places that are affected by the time merge we can access. So, without further ado, let's make our way to the past. But wait! We are actually forgetting one last item. A hat! We cannot have an Operation Legos Island without a hat. We have to have a time travel hat to be able to fully go through this time machine. It's been tradition. So, frick, I forgot to create one. Let me go do that real quick. Did you think we were going to only be traveling with Coolcat 33 here? No. We can't do it also without this guy. You know, the dog version of course, myself. This is his first time being here in Operation Legos Island. So now, basically, we got two helpers here. One of them being, of course, a dog version of myself. And the other being a dog version of Coolcat 33, who has been in all Operation Legos Islands ever since the beginning, in 2019. But now having the dog version of myself here, it genuinely makes sense. Because he has helped me out in a few operations, starting all the way back in Operation Rescue. He also made an appearance, I think, in the 600th episode party, and was originally, supposed to make an appearance during the 5th anniversary party episode for Legos Island, but unfortunately didn't. But thankfully, he is back, and we're all good. So now, for real this time, we are actually going to do this. Oh yeah, and you guys were probably wondering, where the heck is the time travel hat if you said that you made one just now? Well, gotcha! It was under the seat the whole time! So, let's collect it. And this is, of course, the 2022 time travel hat. I did it in blue because, you know, blue is my favorite color. And honestly, I never actually wondered why the heck it became my favorite color. I don't know why. I just like the way it is. But, yep, there it is. And, of course, this will be in the time machine at all times during this event. Of course, once this event is over, this item will become rare, like all the other time travel hats. Unless for some reason I bring it back in a future anniversary party, but that's besides the point. Or milestone party. But the fact is, for real this time, let's actually make our way into the time period. I apologize for taking this long to finally get in, but hey, we're here. Let's do this, everybody. Welcome to the first ever day of Legos Island. The day that started it all, March 25th, 2017, 5 years ago. I mean, come on. You cannot have an Operation Legos Island without this, after especially hitting the 5-year anniversary back in March. So, of course, let's get out of here and... How the heck are they already out here? Okay, that happened. They are already out here. Holy frick, how did they get out here? Well, here we are. The first ever day of the island. Oh boy. This island has changed. A lot. And of course, present day things such as, of course, the mission board, that always has to stay. And of course, since the lodge is still the mansion, that is still here. Because, as I said earlier, even if we're in the past, you can still see the haunted mansion. What the heck? That's annoying. Really annoying. And I guess other things too. Remember, the time merge thing. There's a reason why you can still see things from the present here. Even though that's probably been a thing in past Legos Island, Operation Legos Islands. So, yeah, holy frick. It feels weird as heck to not see the railroad here. Holy frick. Not seeing the railroad here is weird. How the heck is most of it still here? Right. time merge. Why did Master Evil Hunkers do this to us? So yeah, as usual, of course, we normally explore the time period after completing the said mission. That is tradition in all Operation Legos Island episodes. Of course, we save the fun for last, which is exploring the time period itself, which we will do later after the mission. As a reward for completing the mission, we'll go around and explore this time period. But first, we gotta go find Master Yoinkers, and Cool Get Pretty Free told me that he's in the village. But the village didn't exist here! Thankfully, there's one really good thing about this time period merge thing. The village actually exists here. For one reason, because the time period this one was merged with was May 1st, 2019, which means the village exists here. Oh wait, how are we gonna get to the village when, the subways aren't here? Yeah, didn't I mention they came 2 days after the island opened? Which means, yeah, where basically the time machine is where the subways normally are. Yeah, they are completely gone during this. Oh, now we have a really hard time getting to the village. But at the time, there was no village. So, genuinely, this is really confusing. I'm so stupid. I have Elytra! We could just fly there! For the literal heck of it. Let's go! And grab Firework Rocket while we're here. Let's go! The village didn't exist here. And yet it looks like Lab of Doom 2019. What the frick is going on here? Oh, trust me guys, I got a spawn egg, so don't worry. If any of these guys die here in the lava, you bet I got their spawn egg. And here's proof. Frick, I don't have the Cool Cat 33 one. There he is. The Pigman himself. Master Evil Oinkers. What the heck did you do to this place? Hello there, Lego Master 627. I welcome you to March 25th, 2017. Or should I say, May 1st, 2019. Wahahaha. This was back when my creator destroyed your island with 5 destructive attacks. Okay, you're just now straight up ripping off Evil Cluck, Master Evil Hunkers. You better not do the same thing as Evil Cluck, where he just decided to rip off my own lines. I'm watching you, man. And I mean, this guy. This guy right here. He's just ripping off Evil Cluck. Well, you're not about to do that. I'm done with villains taking over and referencing my own lines. I should be the one explaining what goes on in this time period, since I'm the one who knows all these time periods more than basically anyone else, including you. You may know every time period here, but you have no clue what I'm truly gonna do to mess up every time period. Mwahaha! You got it easy with Evil Cluck, but now he's not here. Bring it on! Oh, I will! Be gone! Ha ha! Get out of here! Ha ha! You know, that was only the first phase, right? He's just gonna come back 9 more times. I just wanted to fight with him for no reason, if you were curious. But now, it's time to fix this time merge. We can't have the May 1st, 2019 rooms here in March 25th, 2017. No. We need to purposely reverse all of these rooms. And I think I know a way. By literally destroying everything in this village because it didn't exist back then. So, the way to do this, I have found a clever option. And I mean, a freaking clever option. We're gonna get rid of every single piece of lava that is spread across the village. Now, this part should not take long considering, well, you know, it's just lava. How hard is that? But the most important fact is the fact that we actually have to get rid of literally every instance of this village being here. And, well, I know exactly how to do that. We are going to purposely blow up the machine right here. And this is on purpose, by the way. Okay, that didn't work out as well. Let's try that again. Much better! Alright, now, let's do this. So, technically, the village here is actually not meant to be here at all. What is actually meant to be here, on purpose, is trees. And by trees, we mean like literally everywhere. Which means I need to hopefully make sure I memorize this by the next time I see this. So, what we need to do is, if I remember correctly, these all used to be oak trees. I could be wrong in this case. So what we have to do is grow a bunch of trees here in the village to revive it. Now, for some reason, some of these buildings are probably going to get destroyed, even though they weren't even here yet at the time. Who cares? The problem is, I can't even memorize how this used to look, so at this point, I think I'm doing it. As long as I put trees back here, we're all good. Yep, there has to be trees everywhere in this time period, at least in the village. Let's fix this up so we can go ahead and place a ton more trees around here. Now, this section should not be as long. Because, mainly, all I have to do is just, again, plant trees. The problem is, though, that's not the only thing we have to do to, construct the time merge. No, we also have one more area to fix after this. I genuinely don't care if I grow any other grass here, because at this point it probably was here back then, if I had to assume. There we go, that's another tree done. My god, there are literally trees everywhere. We're basically gonna flood the whole village with trees. Oh, we even got stuck inside one. Okay, that's weird. The coffee shop is still upside down. I'm surprised that didn't get affected. There we go. And yes, I am planting all these trees here on purpose, because there were trees here back in the day, prior to the village even becoming a thing, actually, for those genuinely curious. And well, I think we've planted trees basically everywhere. Oh, right, we can't actually do that because of this. There we go. Whoa, that's a big one. Alright, we're still not done yet. We still need to remove everything that regards around the village. Yep, we need to remove, like, literally everything that regards around this village. We have to cover up the entire village with trees. I don't know how it's going to be possible, but I'll try. That's what I was trying to say. There we go. This is actually going a lot better than I thought. Okay, that's not gonna work. Maybe that still work. You gotta be godforsaken kidding me. Come on! Can we at least get something good out of this? And you know what? Screw it. Let's just do it. Let's just put, you know, this all over the village. Actually, the path is here, and we can just grow trees here. There we go. Why was I not thinking of that for a second? There we go. Woo! We are actually really close to having the village revived. Of course. When we go back to the present, all these trees aren't going to be here because, you know, we'll be back in the present. You all should know that. Alright, did we do it? Did we revive the entire village? I know we got to get rid of the stone too. Yeah, you know what? I'm fine with that down there. Let's get rid of everything here and just remove like literally all the stone, which should not take long at all because I'm actually going really fast with that. Alright, not much stone here, so let's remove that. And there we go. All the stone's gone. All the trees are here. And there we go. Yup. The village is technically back to the way it should be. Aside from a lot of the village aspects still being here. That's weird. Can we add anything else while we're here? Let's see if we can grow at least one more tree. Nice. Actually, I want to try another. Nice. All right. We did it. Village is saved. Woo! Aside from the buildings being there. All right. We're not done yet. We still got another time merge to deal with. This monstrosity right here. The blacksmith shop did not exist back when the island first originated. So, to fix this, what we are going to do is we're going to get rid of literally everything. And by that, everything that relates to the time merge. Destroy this. And then basically, just get rid of all of this. We are still able to access rooms that are a part of the time merge, as I addressed earlier. Oh, and yes, we actually need this block for a reason for this. Actually, for literally everything. Yeah, this isn't actually taking as long as I thought. The mission isn't even taking that long. I'm surprised we're almost actually already done. And this part is actually not even going to take as long as the village, actually. Because that alone took forever. But this part, I don't think we'll be here long. And I don't know why, but that just didn't disappear. I think the time merge is truly upon us. Theme park sign is here. What the heck? Phew! That's good. Thankfully, this is the only time period where basically almost nothing exists. So, thankfully next time, we won't have to deal with this issue with basically nothing appearing. And I know exactly what we're going to do after this. What we are basically going to do is, we are going to just cover up the entire blacksmith shop itself. Let's reverse it. Like using these, for example. It works. We're also going to cover that up too. But that alone should not take long. Alright, and the last thing we're gonna do. Actually, I know exactly what to do. We'll do call. So what we're basically doing here is essentially just covering it up. Oh, what are these guys doing here? Now, this part shouldn't take that long, considering I'm actually going quite fast with the process. You can actually see. See, I'm actually going really fast with the process now. Oh, come on. We have to cover this up to prevent it from being here. Normally, this could just be burned down, which it probably should have from the very start, but in the process, I don't think we should. And last but not least, the roof itself. And then we are done. And then we can explore the entire time period. Oh god. Yep, the entire freaking time period we can explore. It's already 11 p.m. Holy frick. There we go. All done. As for this, what am I supposed to do about this one? Either way, well, we did something. So we only have the Cocoa 33 dock here. Let's go ahead and just pay respects and respawn this guy. The Lego Master 627 dog. Yeah, let's pay respects and actually respawn him. Because we can't leave him out. Cool. Alright, so since I already have this hat, we can just pick it up and put it on. Now I know this is meant to be the rarest item in Lego's Island history, but it's only available to those who already collected the item, which in this case is only myself. For those who didn't, I guess I could have locked it away to contain its rarity. That's probably what I should have done, although that would have broken the whole entire time period here. Just remember that. So now, the mission is complete. So now, basically, of course, we can check it off of our list of time periods to fix. Where is the emerald block? Seriously, where is it? There? Okay. That's one time period down. Alright. Let's explore the time period. And yes, this was the only item available. So yeah, Lego's Island Grand Opening Party, March 25th to the 26th. It ended the day of the 27th. I just forgot to make a video for this party. I still apologize. Here it is now. 5 years late. Like, literally, 5 years late. So yeah, as you can see, we have a statue here that says "Welcome to Lego's Island" with the Lego's Island logo in wool. Because back then we didn't have the concrete blocks yet, or at least they weren't fully released into the game yet at the time. so I had to do wool. And I did this. Looks pretty epic. Ah, looks like I forgot to re-add that. We could have almost broken the entire timeline with that. Alright. So let's go ahead and let's actually explore the rest of this time period because it is almost midnight. Holy frick. Alright. So as you guys can see, the port is decorated for the grand opening party, as it was like the first room to officially be decorated. So of course this says grand opening because at the time it was of course the grand opening. It was literally the first day of the island. Now, in the original video when I showcased the island originally when I first created it, of course none of this was here. This was made after that video. So that's why it's here. Just so you guys aren't confused. You'd probably be thinking, wait, this wasn't in the original video. Well, no, it wasn't. I created this after. That first video. And I never showcased it until 5 years later, right here. Oh boy. I just thought I'd clear that up. For anyone confused. Still feels weird not having the railroads here. Thankfully, this is the only time period we are going to that doesn't have the railroads. Like, I'm not even joking. So yeah. Anyway, what are your thoughts with this room? The port is obviously the most decorated room out of all of this. So I hope you guys love it. Looks pretty awesome. It's crazy to believe I was even able to remember all this, considering I didn't even make a video for this party. Just like I did for the 5th anniversary. I'm still surprised. When I brought back one of these rooms in the 5th anniversary, I'm surprised I was able to remember even though I didn't even make a video. I'm surprised for the rest of this. But yeah, this is basically it. This is basically what it looked like 5 years ago. Aside from like the present day things such as, of course, that and the schedule. The reason that's still there is just because it still affects in present day. And this is actually a thing for all Operation Legos Islands, by the way. I think except for 2019 and 2020. But with that being said, I hope you guys love the room. This is what it looks like in, in the background. And finally, let's actually make our way up to the balcony itself, which is the only room you guys actually remember from this party. And yes, this room is so old that not even the dispensers are here. Hence why we didn't get a dog at the beginning, because we already had 2 of them. Or 1 of them. The point is, you all remember this room from the 5th anniversary party, 5 years later. Because, yeah, it happened 5 years after the island opened. And yeah, this is literally the only room. It feels so weird not seeing those suspensors there after all these years. Going in here, yep, it's basically the cave itself. Just with some decorations on top. Literally. No wonder it didn't feel familiar. So yeah. This is basically how the cave looked. All the way back at the beginning. This was obviously made after I made the video. For the original first episode of Legos Island. Yep, I made all of this to celebrate the grand opening. It's still a shame I never made a video. But hey, at least you're seeing it here 5 years later. Yeah, this is basically what it looked like, and that's really, really awesome. Of course, the event remained here because that didn't, come out until like almost exactly a year later, on March 6, 2018. And yes, this is so old that even my bed looks like this. Yeah, the room is so old, and genuinely, it has almost always stayed the same. If you've noticed, the room actually looks almost identical to what it looks like 5 years later. Because the room has practically pretty much never changed. The only key differences is the table here, the event room entrance, a few icons on the chest, and of course the color of the bed being changed. Besides that, the rest of the room has basically stayed practically the exact same way. Besides those minor changes, but those were really small changes. Besides that, again, the room has basically stayed practically the same. And I'm not even joking. This is serious. And this is the second or third to last room in the event. We actually got 2 more. And since the railroad isn't here, yep, this is basically what it looks like. Without the railroad, it looks really, really freaking weird without the railroad. Yep, and up here too. This looks so freaking weird without the railroad. Look at this. This is the 2 small mountains without the railroads. Do you not understand how weird this feels? To see this. Just everything. It feels weird as heck not seeing the railroad here. But you know what feels even weirder? This. This right here. This was the day before the pet cemetery was built. We have really gone all the way back. And yes, in its place, and this was the only day this was here because the pet cemetery was built a day later. And actually, after the pet cemetery was built, there were no decorations up here. So this was basically the only decoration we had during this party up here. But yeah, this was, I basically dug out where I wanted the pet cemetery to be after making the original video. So yeah, that's basically what I did back then. And yeah, I noticed one thing's wrong. Something's missing. The fence post. We don't want to corrupt the time period. We gotta add it back. But yeah, this is basically it. It's basically the entire mountain empty. Literally. Everything is empty. Everything. Okay, why are more things from present day just randomly appearing here? I know it's about the time merge, but does it have to be that literal? But this is basically what it looks like without the railroad and subway. This, and also the pet cemetery. This is freaking weird. This is so weird to see it without this. Thankfully, this is the only time period to not pretty much include anything at all. It looks so freaking weird, but wow. And with that being said, that's actually it. There are no more rooms in this party. That's literally all the rooms. So, yeah, that was one heck of an adventure. This is the only, again, time period. This is the last one I'm explaining. You have basically nothing here besides the things I just showed you. In all other time periods after this point, pretty much everything from present day will exist, thankfully. So, no more confusion will happen. So, yeah, that's it for episode 1 of Operation Nichols Island 2022. Oh boy, what a heck of a first episode. That was a lot, and I mean a lot to take in. That was one heck of a first episode. And oh boy, the next 9 episodes after this should be extremely interesting. But, of course, until then, Operation Nichols Island 2022 is, you should all know the saying by now, because this is the 4th time we're doing this.